Yeah.
East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know.
Yeah, whoa, East Coast with that gang gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' head stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang gang gang, we famed up, got that change, we bagged up. True love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa.
East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang.
Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack.
East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang.
This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the
You got too excited. Understandable. What's up, Slamwise? Welcome to episode 888 of The Schlees. Los Sleevescast.
Yeah, whoa, East Coast with that gang gang. You know we don't play games.
Whoa.
Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' head stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang gang gang, we famed up, got that change, we bagged up. True love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa.
East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang, you know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang gang gang, West Coast with the gang gang gang, Lower with the gang gang gang.
Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked.
We missed
God
you
fill me
too.
up, mud in my glass, God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I'm ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip
Yeah,
it up
letting
fast.
people
Fast
come
and
in.
furious, I'm starting
Takes
to
a while
spaz.
for people to get their
Getting all curious,
notifications.
put me on blast. Blasting that
You can
Darius,
wait.
kids in the back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack.
Find the longer the intro, the more people actually tune in. Just drop some comments, drop some shlove. Sometimes we go short intro. Felt like marinating today. A couple things to finish up before we go live.
West Coast
All right, fam, let's get this party started.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 testicles, testing, testicles, ball sack, testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 888, the Ocho of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, slaycast, and taintcast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. Welcome to everyone joining live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, wherever you're joining me live. Hello, and for my podcast, peeps. Remember, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the Daily Swole podcast is everywhere, so you can just go and subscribe, Daily Swole Podcast. You could also go to swolenormousx.com and click on podcast in the main menu and see the list of apps that you can find. Some of them, there are like there are more podcast apps every single day. Every time I do a search or look for something or see a statistic where someone watched the show and it's this random podcast app, which is great because now more and more people are getting access to audio and to the podcast, which is great. So it's cool. It's cool. It's a growing field. It's been around for a while, but it's going to get more and more popular. I like audio. I listen to audio myself. I don't sit down and read a lot myself just because it's very, very time consuming. And it doesn't mean it's a waste of time. It just means that when you're reading physically with your eyeballs or watching a video, you can't do other things. You can't multitask. Someone's calling me. You can't multitask when you are doing something of that nature, right? So it's a great way to get more than one thing done. So if you're walking the dog, you're working out, doing cardio. I know a lot of people watch the show or listen to the show when they're warming up for their workout, when you're outside doing any kind of yard work. It's very easy to do both. So I can help you make gains when you're pooping, when you're showering, when you're walking your dog, anywhere. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast and I will say hi there. And I could be in your ear holes telling you to go make some sick fucking gains. Go make some gains. Go make some gains. Today's episode, 888, is about Broscience. And I've been seeing a lot of these Broscience videos, and there's always articles and videos that people make because everyone likes to talk about Broscience. And what is Broscience? Well, to define it, I'm probably going to butcher this, but it's literally those gym bros, those gym dudes that go to the gym and pass around advice, right? It's those classic things that there aren't studies that back this up, in the past 20, 30 years ago. It was just dudes that said things in the gym. It was just dudes that said things in the gym like, you got to eat 8 times a day, or don't eat before doing cardio, you burn more fat. It's like things that people say, just anecdotal things that people say in the gym that don't necessarily have any science behind it. And it doesn't mean that they're wrong, and that's what I want to discuss. So I'm not going to be doing debunking. I'm not debunking things. There are plenty of articles. I'm going to pull up one from, I think, Muscle and Strength or something. I just did a search, the top Broscience things or whatever. And there's a bunch of articles that come up. So I just pulled a few up just to have a list. And there are certain things that these dudes or people or ladies have written articles about. They'll take one of these quote myths or Broscience facts that people say in the gym, and they looked up studies, or they actually looked into it from a scientific perspective and literally listed them and said whether they were myths or truth. Like, should you be doing this, or is this just things people say in the gym, kind of like that turn into legend and everyone just starts believing? Kind of like religion in many ways. People just tell stories for thousands of years, and in thousands of years, it's like a long game of telephone. So you have people saying shit in the gym, and it just turns into fact, but no one actually looks into it until now with technology and social media and our ability to look up scientific studies really, really quickly. You don't have to go to like a research center and sit down on a computer and actually pour through, remember like the microfiche or whatever? Like is that what you called it? When you would look at newspapers on those fucking projectors, like 15 years. I'm sure they still have them, but man, I'm sure that's like more updated like into digital databases now. I just remember like you would roll up the spool and then you would, yeah, it was really hard to look up previous data. And a lot of people just took everyone's word for it. You went to the gym, someone said, oh, someone bigger than you. And here's where I want to diverge from busting myths to let's think about the benefits of Broscience. You go to the gym and some dude that was bigger than you, and they would say, do X, Y, and Z, and you followed it, and chances are you got results. And that's where this episode is going to kind of take a different approach. I'm not saying that these things you should do them. I'm not saying that you should not do them. I just want to talk about them and kind of look at the bigger picture rather than just, oh, well, science shows that you don't have to eat more meals a day or nutrient timing, anabolic window. Yeah, I know what the reality is, but let's think about what people can benefit from, or why this has perpetuated for such a long time and why it's become Broscience. Because if you think about it, if something becomes Broscience, it's because people have been doing it and people have been saying it and spreading it around. So there must be some benefit to it or some positive outcome from this Broscience. I mean, bottom line, you're getting people in the gym, whether they're following real science or Broscience. They're going to be a healthier person. They're going to get some results. They're going to feel better. They're exercising. They're doing something positive physically with their life. So when you demonize things like, quote, Broscience, what are you demonizing? I mean, people are doing shit. And there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that don't fucking even follow some basic logic. And yeah, there are a lot of things that's Broscience. There are a lot of science things that are Broscience because science isn't really always truthful. Science isn't always the answer. We follow a lot of things that come from science only to realize in a couple years, oh shit, that was wrong because now we know this. So it's true until it's proven untrue, or it's a possibility until it's proven false, or you need redundant proof in order for us to be like, okay, that's a fact. One study does not prove a result. And you need a lot of, like, it takes time to hash these things out and to put them into practice. So even if you find a study that shows that, okay, this might prove this Broscience fact wrong. I mean, who's to say that there isn't something that comes out down the road that opposes that, or how many studies actually support that theory? And, you can get into those kinds of arguments. So let's just look at these things from a different point of view, not whether or not it's factual, but the benefits you could actually get and the reason why these things actually become Broscience. And that's why the title of this episode is Broscience is Not Guilty. The reason why people aren't getting results in the gym is not because of Broscience. It's because, there are other factors, okay? So let's look at this one. I'm just going to go through a couple on this list. We'll go through a couple different articles I find because there's a lot of articles that do the top 5 or 10 things that are proved, blah, blah. It's a good number. So this one is fasted cardio, okay? And that's one of those classic Broscience things where you'll say, okay, don't eat, do cardio on an empty stomach. We know that that's not really the case. You don't really have to starve yourself to do cardio to improve benefits. You don't need to do it on an empty stomach. However, don't you probably feel better doing cardio on an empty stomach? Don't you probably feel better not having a stomach full of food and then jamming on the step mill or going for a run or going cycling? I think you probably feel better than going on a rowing machine, be doing such on an empty stomach, not having eaten recently. So is that really a Broscience thing? Does it matter? I mean, you might not, because you ate or didn't eat, doesn't mean you'll maybe necessarily burn more fat, but you'd probably perform better in general if you aren't digesting at the same time. Most people would actually feel better that don't have a full stomach. So the details, the actual science behind, okay, fasted or not fasted, might not really make much of a difference. But the psychological approach can help people from eating too much before training or eating the wrong things before training, focusing more on the training and less on the food around the training in terms of that time period. So it depends on the person, but a lot of people will find benefit from doing fasted cardio, not from the fasting itself, but from the fact that they don't have food in their stomach and their sympathetic nervous system isn't extra or stressed because you're trying to digest while you're doing exercise, right? Fight or flight with digestion doesn't work so well. It's why a lot of people get nauseous and throw up and shit like that. So that is an interesting kind of take on that bro science. So whether or not it's true or not, obviously it's a bro science myth. You don't have to do fasted cardio. However, most people probably just prefer it. So if you prefer it, you're going to do it more frequently. If you feel better when you do it, you're going to be more consistent with it. You're going to have better performance, X, Y, and Z. So some people might interpret that as, fasted cardio is better when you just feel better when you're not fucking eating before cardio. Kind of makes sense, right? Interesting. A couple comments. Should I eat a meal before or after weightlifting? Either or both. You have to figure out what works best for you. Jeremy Clecco. Finally off night shift, get to watch a live Swole. Thank God for Spotify to keep me up to date. Just crushed legs. Walking the dog now, getting my knowledge nukes in for the day. Good man. Let's re-up on some coffee. All right, another one here, anabolic window. Now the anabolic window is a popular one for people to knock on. And that was, the anabolic window was the bro science myth that you have about 30 minutes or 45 minutes after a workout in which you have to consume food, whether it's protein, carbs, blah, blah, blah. There's this little window that closes slowly. It's closing slowly. It's going to close right on your fingers. And if you don't eat in this time, oops, you lost potential for more progress and you're not going to see as much results. That is not true. I have found no difference between eating immediately after, eating a little bit after. I never really paid too much attention to the anabolic window. However, when I was first lifting, when I first started, I was bulking, I would abide by the anabolic window. Now, it wasn't consciously, I have to eat this now because of the anabolic window. It was more, I need to refuel right after a workout. So the anabolic window, or the concept of it, got people to focus on nutrition. I know people are sucking down supplements and they still are, all right? The anabolic window still lives to this day. Post-workout shakes, protein shakes. That's why they're making so much fucking money on these myths, right? The bro science made supplement companies a ton of money and still do to this day. So even though the anabolic window isn't necessarily important, refueling after a workout is. Getting your nutrition in is important. So what the anabolic window did do was got people eating better or eating food right after they work out, refueling, focusing on specific types of nutrients after a workout in order to repair and get the body in a refueling state. So whether or not you need to do it in that specific time frame, I don't think is as important as the fact that you got people focusing on nutrition right after training. And in their mind thinking, I need to get calories and nutrients in right after my training because I have a window. Fuck the window. They are focusing on nutrition. And that's why this kind of shit, this bro science stuff works. You're going to tell me that you're not going to get results by eating after a workout? Fuck the window. If it doesn't matter if you eat within half an hour, 2 hours, so what? You're getting calories in sooner after you work out. You're going to guarantee that you're hitting the caloric needs of your body and you're going to build muscle. Better chance of building more muscle rather than waiting 5 hours, eating once. Maybe you eat right after a workout and then you eat again later on a little bit and you're getting more calories in, or you have the ability to get more calories in depending on what your goal is. So you can't knock bro science for the anabolic window. I think it's fine. Who cares if you believe it or not? You need to focus on nutrition, whatever it is, whether or not it exists, doesn't matter, matters. If you like to eat right after, I know people that even when the anabolic window was in big belief, they didn't like to eat right after because they felt sick. Okay, then don't eat. They're not going to eat anyway because they're going to feel nauseous. They're going to wait a little bit and they'll be fine. So I don't personally see a difference from doing it or not doing it. I think it's still a good concept to keep around. You don't have to be spouting bullshit and say the anabolic window exists, but it's important to refuel after a workout. This is a bro. I never really heard this one, but I'm sure people said it. Makes sense. Sounds like something that juice monkeys in the gym would say. They list one here that says body weight work isn't effective. I could see that. I could see like bro science. I could see guys that are jacked and on juice, you know, in these gyms going, hey, you can't do your body weight, man. If you're only doing body weight, you're going to be tiny. You got to lift fucking weights, bro. I can see people saying that. And obviously, we know that body weight work is effective. I mean, yoga is body weight work. You can build muscle doing push-ups and pull-ups and body weight exercises for sure. I personally like to do body weight exercise. I work them into my routine. So I think it's great. I think body weight exercises are great. I get a lot of people asking me if I tried calisthenics, if I tried. Yes, I've done push-ups and pull-ups. Of course, I've done almost every different type of training. Now, have I done it a lot? Do I only do body weight stuff? Do I only do kettlebell work? No, I don't. But I've used these modalities, and they're all great. They're all great depending on what your goal is, and everyone's going to respond to these different types of training methods differently. And to say body weight work isn't effective, that's just ridiculous. And I never really heard anyone say that, but I can see why people would say that. I can see why people would say that, especially the whole Broscience or gym, beef, those beef salamis with mouths, the beef sticks in the gym saying, yeah, you got to lift weights, man. Just trying to sell you membership. Actually, while we're doing this, while I'm going through these lists and the things I see, if you have any Broscience myths or things that you're aware of, just drop them in the comments. Just drop it down. If there's one that you've heard that I am not talking about, and we can touch upon that. So I'm literally just kind of showing these Broscience claims, what you hear, kind of like the myth, the lore, the anecdotal evidence, and then obviously the fact that there's no science that shows that that's actually true. However, the benefits that can be gotten by following it anyway. It's like not like not believing in God, but acting like you do believe in God, right? It's like you don't necessarily have to believe in any one religion, right? You have a choice. You can believe in whatever you want. But even if you don't believe that there's a being or a power, you're not going to go around killing people. You're not going to go around being rude and stealing. Like, you're following the rules without, it's more like moral, I guess, walking the moral straight line. So, still being a good fucking person. But, so most religions are actually about being like a good person fundamentally. So, but that's kind of like the concept. Oh yeah, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Drinking soda after workout. That's kind of like the anabolic window. That's kind of like drinking soda. Well, drinking soda, simple carbs and stuff like that. Yeah, we're going to touch on a couple more. Yeah, keep on putting those Broscience things down. All right, meal frequency. That's another big one. You have to eat 6 meals if you want to get big, right? That's Broscience right there. If you want to get big, you got to eat 6 meals a day. Here's where 6 meals a day or 8 meals a day actually is necessary for people. The reason why the 6 or 8 meals a day got popular is because when you have these professional bodybuilders that are taking anabolic steroids and they need to consume 4,000 calories a day or 5,000 calories a day, how easy do you think it is to eat quality food? I mean, they're not eating McDonald's and pizza and shit. They're eating quality food, clean food. How easy do you think it is? Let me just jump to the chase here. It's not fucking easy. It's really, really hard to consume that many calories of quality food. Quality food is nutrient dense. And what that means is you get more value from less calories. You might eat a Big Mac, get no value from it, but you consumed 1,500 calories. Okay? That means you're going to be hungry soon because your body is craving. Your body is craving nutrients. Your body is craving what it's lacking from those calories. When you're eating sweet potatoes, chicken, beef, dense foods, okay, vegetables, you're not getting a lot of calories. If you eat broccoli, which I'm sure a lot of you do, kale, any of these other plants, vegetables that are high in micronutrients, they don't have a lot of calories. You have to eat a shitload of salad if you want to get to like 100 calories of salad. So when you're eating that much in volume, if you split it up in 6 or 8 different meals, it's easier to consume that much. You don't have to sit down and try to eat 5,000 calories. You won't. I mean, you could. You're just going to be vomiting everywhere. It's not going to be healthy. It's not going to be good for your body. It's not going to be good for your body if you're even possibly able to do it. It's much easier to do 600 calories. I mean, divide that out. 600 calories 9 times a day, or 700 calories 9 times a day, 8 times a day, right? So it's still better to spread it out. And yeah, actually, Ken, I don't know the latest protein absorption. I've heard there's a lot of myths around that as well. So I'm not sure where you got that information, but I don't know if that's necessarily accurate. I don't know what I've heard so many different things about protein absorption. So I'm not sure of the actual numbers, the latest studies, but that's, again, that could be bro science right there. How much protein your body can absorb in a single moment, because I'm sure that depends on the needs of the body or the ability of the body or how big the body is, how much mass, the body might ramp up production and enzymes and who knows. So in other words, if you want to eat more calories, it would make sense to spread it out more so it's more manageable. So that's where a lot of that came from, because in order to get that volume, you can't eat it all in one shot, especially when it's clean. You're trying to minimize body fat. Do you need to eat 6 times a day? No, you don't need to eat 6 times a day. I don't think you should eat once a day necessarily. And there's a lot of popularity with that, with fasting and this, that, and the other. But caloric value, overall caloric intake is going to make the most difference of everything. How much you're getting overall over the course of like several days, averaged out, because we talk about a day as 24 hours. The body's always working. So it's not so much that, I got all in from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and you're counting that, or 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. Your body is constantly adjusting and burning more calories, less calories, fats, carbs in different ratios, depending on the intensity of the exercise at the moment or the intensity of the activity. So your body doesn't stop. It's not like a 24-hour cycle and it hits a reset button and it starts over. Your body is nonstop doing this. So it's really not over a course of a day. It's over the course of days and week and the entire week, right? Your fluctuation in caloric intake, if you're not eating the same amount of calories every day, if you're eating high calories, low calories, moderate calories, you want to be consistent, but it's going to average out. Your body's going to average out more. And, it's one of those things. So meal frequency, you don't have to eat 6 or 8 times a day, but if you're getting a lot of calories in, it helps to break it up and eat more frequently, because you don't have to eat as much at each time. And this is where, okay, you might prove that wrong. Okay, so let's say bro science, boom, myth busted. Meal frequency isn't the biggest deal. However, I don't know anyone that's trying to bulk that's going to eat 5,000 calories in one meal. So you're still going to be eating frequently, right? You're still going to be breaking it up into smaller meals. So whether or not it's necessary doesn't change the fact that it's probably the best approach if you're getting in a ton of calories. Does that make sense? So bro science, it fucking works. And what can you say? I'm kind of defending bro science a little bit more, because these are things that people have found by doing. Bro science didn't come around from people sitting on the couch postulating about it, right? Bro science didn't start from people thinking about what might work. It comes from dudes in the gym fucking lifting and doing these things. So there has to be the benefit. It has to be in the favor of bro science. In the end, overall, bro science is a positive, not a negative, because it's coming from people that are actually applying effort and then checking out the results. And of course, they're not sitting in a lab. They're not looking through a microscope. They're not in a petri dish measuring it. That's for scientists. But who are you going to trust? Someone who's done it. But that's why it got so popular. That's why all these things kind of got, spread around like telephone, because shit works. It fucking works because people are in the gym actually doing it. They're not sitting in a lab in a petri dish. Well, glucose levels when they're too high, blah, blah, blah. Well, when you put that inside the human fucking body, it's a lot different than your petri dish or your vial. There's a lot of other things going on in the body. So you can't just test it in a lab. You have to test it in the human body. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he's full of shit too with that. Give me a fucking break. I'm vegan too. Sure, bro. Okay. I'm just answering some comments for those of you on the podcast. All right, meal frequency. This next one that they have here on the list, brawn equals brains. I don't know what that means. What? If you're bigger, you're going to be smarter? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not even going to read that one. That sounds stupid. Never heard that one before. This one, you don't need to do cardio. I never tell anyone that you don't need to do cardio. I guess it depends on how you process cardio. I do a lot of walking. I warm up for 15 or 20 minutes before my workouts. So I go on the step mill. So I'm doing, I guess, more long and steady duration cardio. I'm not doing an hour per se, but sometimes I do that, while walking the dog and stuff like that once or twice a day. I take the stairs, I do physical activity. I'm walking around a lot. I do yoga. But if you're doing an hour of long steady, if you're doing high intensity cardio, it's going to affect your adaptation for your muscle growth. It absolutely will. If you're doing high intensity cardio, you're training your body in a different way for a different adaptation. If you're doing long, steady duration cardio, and if you continue to do that regularly, your body is going to have different adaptations. It's going to try to handle that type of activity. But not needing to do cardio, that's a very slippery slope to say that you do need it or you don't need it. Need it for what? For exercise, for health? It's always good to train the systems of your body. It's good to be mobile. It's good to be strong. It's good to have cardiovascular capacity. Do you have to be a marathon runner? No. Do you have to be a Tour de France cyclist? No. But it helps it'll help everything if you have good cardiovascular capacity. So for every person, it's going to alter or affect your training differently, but you don't need to do cardio. I mean, if you're trying to put on extra calories and you're trying to put on extra weight, then any kind of extra activity on top of weightlifting is going to affect your muscle growth because it puts you in more of a caloric deficit. But I mean, it's not going to affect you building muscle. You just have to make up for that with your other training and your nutritional habits. So, that kind of bro science isn't really healthy. You don't want to tell people not to do cardiovascular work, not to do any kind of cardio, but you definitely don't want to over cardio because your body is going to adapt to the stress it's under. And if you're doing a ton of cardio all the time, your body's going to adapt to that. This one, your core is weak, just do some sit-ups. Well, this one I do agree with. Sit-ups are not going to help your core. Free weight training trains your core. Fine. Total body exercises train your core. Doing things like postural exercises, planks, floor cobras, yoga are great for core. Sit-ups just work the movement muscles, and most people have too much mobility in their lower back and too much action in their lower spine because their thoracic spine is really stiff. So your body looks for mobility in other places when certain joints that are supposed to be mobile lock up. And that's where your body kind of compensates. Stable joints usually work in conjunction with mobile joints, so your body isn't too mobile or too stable. And joints usually alternate, like the ball and socket joint at the hip and then the hinge joint at the knee. You have a stable joint at the knee and you have a more mobile joint at the hips, and they work congruently together in the same time in concert in order to provide safer movement rather than have too much any one direction, kind of playing in the middle of that Venn diagram, right? So your core being weak, you need to do other types of training. Your core is from your pelvis to your cervical spine, so sit-ups aren't going to be the answer. However, if you have a bro science person just saying, just do some sit-ups, at least you're getting someone working. Again, bro science got people doing exercises, but I definitely agree with this one. Fasted cardio burns fat faster. Yeah, we talked about that already, Daniel. Yeah. Well, like I was saying before, fasted cardio, it might not make a difference from a molecular level, but I think most people would prefer to do cardio on an empty stomach. And if you have someone psychologically, if you have someone thinking that if they don't eat and they do cardio, they'll lose weight faster, what's going on? Think about this. If you have someone, I know I just jumped back to this topic, but if you have someone and you're telling them, anecdotally fine, that fasted cardio burns fat faster, and that person believes you wholeheartedly, they're going to believe you. Do you know why? Because then they're going to start going to the gym. They're going to be excited because now they have the answer. Now they know what to do. So they're going to eat less. They're not eating before. They're not eating breakfast. Or they're not eating first. So they're not going to be eating first thing in the morning, spiking their insulin and stuff. And they're going to go exercise. So by telling people to do fasted cardio, you're getting them to do more exercise and eat less food. Is there any shock as to why people believe in fasted cardio? You're getting people to eat less and exercise, swapping out food for exercise, literally. Don't eat and go to the gym. So then you have about an hour or two period where people aren't stuffing their face with garbage and they're exercising. Yes, they're going to lose fat. Yeah, they're going to lose some weight. Oh my God, fasted cardio works. It makes such a difference. What, you mean shutting your mouth for a couple hours and going and working out? I think that's what did it, not the fasted cardio. And when you think about it, what's the difference? What's the difference? Who cares if they think fasted cardio works? At least they're not eating and they're going to the gym and exercising. I think it's kind of funny. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? What people do with science is everyone hangs their hat so much on science and they don't put enough fucking action in. Everyone's always hanging their hat on science. People are nitpicking so much with fitness, especially now. Does it matter? Does it matter? Does it really matter half this shit? Oh, but this study shows it. Who gives a fuck? You want to take BCAAs? If you want to take BCAAs, then take BCAAs and go to the gym. You know why people that take BCAAs see results? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Why do you think people believe in creatine so much? Not that it doesn't work. Why do you think people really believe in BCAAs so much? Not that it doesn't. Like I'm just saying. Why do you think people believe in these supplements? Why do you think people believe in these supplements? Because if you're going to take weight training supplements, you are probably weight training. If you're going to take supplements because you want to see extra results in the gym, you're probably focusing on your nutrition as well. You're probably focusing on your training because you're going to spend $20, $40, $60, $80, $100, $200, $300 a month on supplements. You are probably going to take them and try to get them to work and not waste your money. So if you're spending that money on supplements, is it really bad? I've said this on the podcast before, the placebo effect. Stop fucking calling me, you fucking jabronis. I'm doing a podcast. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've talked about the placebo effect. I think if everything in GNC was just cornstarch and powder, I think people would see almost the same results. Really. Just put a little caffeine in the pre-workout and then just make it like flavorful and nothing else in it. I'm sure a lot of this stuff actually is the same thing as taking just some caffeine. You know, a fat burner, just put caffeine in it. Tell people it's a fat burner. Here, ready? You want to know how to make a fat burner? Put caffeine in cornstarch, make it taste good, get some good packaging, tell people it's a fat burner. The instructions on the back have it say, take 1 scoop twice a day. You ready for this? Take 1 scoop, not a lot of caffeine, but take 1 scoop, like a little bit just so they feel. Take 1 scoop once in the morning and once in the afternoon, not within 4 hours of bedtime or something like that. And then say, do not eat an hour before or after taking this. Now you're ensuring that people are not going to be eating for 4 hours a day. Boom. Or have it be an AM and PM formula. In the PM formula, take it 2 hours before bedtime. Do not eat after taking this. Boom. You have someone take it in the morning, gives them a little boost. They feel good. They don't eat an hour before or after they take it. So 2 hours done in the morning. They take it 2 hours before bed. No caffeine in this one, maybe like some other supplement, and then don't eat afterwards. And then you have people that are not eating for 2 hours in the morning, and then they're not eating late at night. That's it. Yeah, and take it prior, or then how about 3 scoops? Take 1 prior to working out. So it's getting them to work. That's the thing, right? You take this half an hour before you work out. You're not going to take a supplement and not work out. You're not going to pay $60 for a supplement and then take it and not work out. If it says take it before you work out, you're going to take it, and guess what? You're going to go work out, and you're going to get fucking results. And you'll be like, wow, this supplement rocks, man. Well, you're eating right and you're fucking training every day. Of course it's going to work. It's working because you're doing the right shit. It's not the supplement. It's the fact that you're exercising and you're eating properly and you're timing yourself and you're being consistent. That's it. Do you believe there is a placebo effect for supplements like glucosamine or multivitamins? Zach, there is a placebo effect for everything. If you believe right now that you're happy and you start smiling, you will feel better. There is a placebo effect for absolutely everything. For joint pain, remember that, how many of you remember that, this is based on Zach's question on Facebook, the placebo effect. Do you remember the multi-level marketing, the fitness supplement brand company, 5 or 6 years ago, Monavie, right? It was that wine bottle with like fruit juice. That was a scam. All right. They got sued to shit. They went under. it was just fruit juice. It was like concentrated fruit juice, and they told people that it's going to help for your joints. It was made with acai berries and shit like that, and it's takes away your joint pain and it fixes blah blah blah. It was fucking like concentrated fruit juice in a wine bottle. It was brilliant marketing. It was a brilliant pitch, and it was completely bullshit. It was completely bullshit. Everyone fucking knew it. They made a fortune, and then boom, they went under. I don't know how much they got sued. I think they got in trouble. Whatever. So, and that's placebo effect. Boom, people felt better. People felt better. There are many situations where you'll take a pill, a supplement, and it's in your brain, and you'll actually start feeling better. You'll report feeling better. They've done this with people with like depression. They've done this with people with allergy symptoms, like physical symptoms that got better because people thought they were taking an allergy medication, but they weren't. And that's fucking intense. That's intense. Why do you think I'm pushing meditation so hard? If you get your mind right and you feel healthy and you feel mentally good, you're going to be physically good too. Can you imagine how amazingly physically good you will feel if your mind thinks it's healthy? If you're eating the right food and your brain has the right nutrients and your brain feels good, you're going to feel so fucking good all the time. You're going to be a lot healthier too. It controls everything. So if you're healthy up top, you're going to be healthy in your body. Food can cause depression. Food can cause all these issues. Food can have relations with autism and all these fucking things. Food is everything. Food is the medicine. Food is the cure. Food is the absolute foundation. It absolutely is what you're eating. That's why I always say what you eat. What you eat. Forget about the calories. Forget about the macros from the start. Focus on the right food, and then you can deal with that after. Stop measuring before you figure out what the fuck you're actually eating. And it makes all the difference. Let me see where we're at right now. Got a lot of eyes on Papa Swole. You guys like this episode? You like this shit? We're good? Cool. Everyone, if anyone's got some more bro science things you want to drop down, feel free to do that. This next one, I don't know. I never heard this one. I've heard of the GOMAD diet. GOMAD, GOMAD, stands for gallon of milk a day. I've never heard this claim, though. I've never heard GOMAD is extremely effective for most trainees. I've never heard of anyone say it's the best way. A gallon of milk a day, that's gross, for the first off. You'll actually... You can't digest, it's hard to digest that much lactose. I don't know, that's just one of those fucking jabroni things. People used to pound dairy like that, or just pound milk, but the milk sugar and stuff can fuck a lot of people up. Everyone, I guess, okay, this next one, everyone needs to squat and deadlift. I don't know if that's bro science. I mean, everyone should be doing... I think everyone does need to squat and deadlift, but everyone needs to squat and deadlift with the modifications or the adjustments or the mobility work prior to doing their best form, because everyone's going to have a different body structure. But everyone should be able to squat. You have to get off the fucking toilet. You have to get out of a chair. Deadlift, you should be able to pick something up off the ground. So yeah, I think everyone needs to do some... I do agree with that. I think everyone does need to do squat and deadlift. However, they need to do squat and deadlift relative to what they can handle, relative to what their capacity is, and modify it accordingly. And this article does mention modification, so it does address that, because everyone's got different limb lengths and different torso lengths, and sometimes no matter what you do, the standard deadlift might not be the best alignment. The standard squat might bother your knees no matter what you do, so you might have to modify the exercise, use a machine or something like that. That sounds like my company... Mana V, my aunt used to swear by it. That sounds like that company, Mana V. I just said that. Mana V. I said that at the beginning, Daniel. So it literally is Mana V. It's MONAVIE. Yeah, your aunt used to swear by it. Exactly. It was like concentrated fruit juice. It was concentrated fruit juice. It was fucking garbage. And I don't know if there was any benefit to it whatsoever, but it was, you take a shot of it, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's just a placebo effect that really was profound, because when you believe something's going to work, again, this is not to insult anyone, but I don't care if you do get insulted. I just like to say what I want to say. It's like religion. When you believe something so fervently, it's just belief. Belief is extremely powerful. Belief is extremely powerful. You can make yourself believe in fucking anything. Think about Scientology. Think about all these different cults. Think about anything and everything that people believe in. Like really believe. It's your reality. If you believe it enough, you can make it your reality. So it can be a mind fuck, but that's where these supplements and that's where a lot of this bro science, if you think you're going to do something that works, it's probably going to work. If you believe whatever the mind can believe it can achieve. Hate those really cheesy. Whatever the mind believes it can achieve. But it's also true. Cliches tend to be true. Cliches tend to be annoying and kind of brushed off because, oh, everyone says that. It's just, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I've heard it before. But where did it come from? If you think about where cliches actually came from or where it's coming from, usually it might be annoying, but it's probably also true. Yeah, right on. That's a very good point. Danya Fogelsonger. Ooh, nice name. Where are you from, Danya? Where are you from? Or where's that last name from? Fogelsonger. You can also make yourself believe you are sick, which supports the report that 75 to 90% of doctor visits are stress related. Where'd you see that report? I don't doubt it. It sounds like some kind of like logical number. Oh, that's why when you say you're from Pennsylvania, where's your name from? Where's that last name? What's your heritage? I haven't heard that name before. Actually, I did know someone, last name was Fogel, but there was a hyphen there. Just curious, the heritage of the name. Like California and crystals. Crystals are one of those things, the metaphysical stuff that can be on Virgin Pulse. What's that? What's that? Is that like, is that a cell phone service from the UK? Let's see. So what was I? Okay. So 75 to 90% of doctor visits are stress related. I would agree with that. I would believe that easily. And that's why I'm big on meditation. If you get the mind right, you're going to fix a lot of these supposed diseases. You're going to fix a lot of supposed diseases. You're going to fix a lot of issues that people think they have. Most people don't have issues. If you think you can do something, if you have confidence, if you have health, and if you have mental health, and you have mental clarity, and you're happy with what you do, and you're helping people, and you're taking care of yourself physically, you are going to be a healthier person. I have, that was going to be a complete lie. I was going to say I have never gotten sick. I very, 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 very rarely get sick. And I do a show every day. I do the podcast every single day. I don't think anyone has heard me. I don't remember if I've been sick. I think within the last maybe like 300 episodes, or maybe one of my Swole motions, there was a couple nights that but it'll be for one night. I'll have a headache at night one night because I had some wine or something and it didn't agree with me or something like that. But I very rarely get sick. And if I do, it's for like a day, maybe like a day or two at the most. It'll be like a 24-hour, I'll be really sick and then boom, I'm fine. Usually whenever I don't feel good, I have some extra bacon and I feel better. I use that placebo effect. Plus it gets in my tummy. Yum, yum, yum. If I ever feel like I have a flu coming on or oh my God, I feel like I'm a little bit under the weather, I just make a pack of bacon. That's so fucking weird. That's just me. Not a recommendation. But I very rarely get sick. I've always been like that, but I've usually always been active and paying attention to my health and very cognizant of whenever I feel maybe under the weather or if I feel something coming on. I'm usually I don't push it. I listen to my body and I try to be appropriate and listen, because when your body tells you it's not feeling good, it's not feeling good. You'd probably be shocked at how many questions I get. Hey, I'm not feeling good, or I'm sick, or I've been sick all weekend. Should I go to the gym? Like, no. Or I feel like shit. No, you should not go to the gym. No. Why do you even ask? Hey, I feel like shit. I'm really sick right now. Should I go work out? No, fuck nugget. You shouldn't work out. You should feel better. You should get well. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I don't think Broscience is guilty. I think Broscience does a lot more helping than hurting. I think Broscience has gotten a bad reputation for lies or just incorrect. What's incorrect? What's incorrect about some of the things we went over? What's incorrect about some of those things? Let's see if I got another one. How about this one? 6 ridiculous Broscience fitness myths you need to stop believing. Let's see what this one says. Let's see. Eating before bed will make you fat. Okay, so let's look at that one. Let's just go through all these. I mean, in Broscience, look, there's no right or wrong answer between, oh, that's a Broscience claim. Some of them I've heard of, some of them I haven't heard of. But you can see how this would just be like something people say, right? Don't eat before bed, it'll make you fat. However, if you believe that, if we consider that Broscience and we say, okay, that's officially Broscience, if you say that eating, and you believe, if you believe eating before bed will make you fat, what are you not going to do? You're not going to eat before bed, which means you're eating less food, which means you're eating less food that you probably don't need, which means you're cutting calories, which means you're going to lose weight. So not eating before bed will make you less fat, and in some cases might help you lose weight. It works. I stopped eating at night and now I'm not fat. Well, because you're not eating the 500 extra calories that you were getting before, and now you're in a deficit. So that's why. But I don't think that's a bet. So that's Broscience. But who's to say that that's bad Broscience? Who's to say that that's not a fucking good thing to think about? Most people probably shouldn't be eating before bed. You know why? Because of other things too. Chronically sleep deprived, which means you're going to crave sugar. You're exhausted. You're eating late. You shouldn't be eating late. You should be in fucking bed when the sun is down. You're looking at your screen, blue light. You're fucking up all your body's rhythm and hormones and shit. So there are a lot of other things at play here. But yeah, so first off, you shouldn't be awake and stimulated and eating. You should be sleeping. Danny, I think it's more about the overall intake. It's more about the overall caloric intake and the overall consumption throughout the day or throughout the several days. Jeremy, since I started eating more high-fat foods, I'm the same way. Hardly get sick, and I'm a welder in the steel mills. Used to be sick every other month, it seemed. Wow. Yeah. Well, I eat a very high-fat diet. I eat high fat. I eat organ meats. I feel fucking fantastic. Guys, gals, I feel amazing. And everything I talk about with nutrition, I'll report on some things, but I give my opinion. Remember, nutrition is very individualized, but I'm telling you, I feel fucking great. I feel great with what I'm consuming with my bone broth and my beef liver, my high-fat grass-fed beef, with my sweet potatoes, and I do salads, broccoli sprouts, all those things, those cancer-fighting agents, things that, you know, fermentable fibers, sauerkraut. I fucking love it. I love the food that I eat. It's so easy to stick to it because I fucking feel great. All right, that was a little rant there. I'm just hungry too. I'm hungry and excited to eat. I'm excited that I like what I eat. I'm excited. I also got a fucking, I just got beef delivery, so I'm excited. You must eat every 3 hours to build muscle. We talked about that one already. Eating several times a day. Well, if you're trying to gain a ton of calories, you need to be in caloric surplus. It will help to eat more frequently because you won't have to eat as much per meal. Blah, blah. Next one. If you're dedicated, you need to virtually live in the gym. You need to definitely fucking dedicate yourself. Live in the gym. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know if that's really a Broscience thing. I think people just exaggerate and think, oh my God, your whole life, you're going to be eating and working out. You work out all the time. People just ask like, hey, what are you doing? No, I got to go to the gym. I'm going to the gym in a little bit and then I can do it after. Like, man, you're working out. You work out every day. Yeah. Do you brush your teeth every day? Do you take a shit every day? Do you eat food every day? Do you go to work every day? Do you drive a car every day? Do you take a breath of fresh air every fucking day? Do you walk your dog every day? Why is it such a shock? Yes, I go to the gym every day or I do something active every day. No, I can't meet you at this time because I am going to exercise. Is that a shock that I'm consistent with what I do? You're consistent with a lot of things you do. People exaggerate and think, oh my God, you live in the gym. No, I'm there for an hour and a half maybe, and then that's it. So people think it's so much fucking time spent in a gym. I get that on my, I'm going to rage a little bit. You guys are here. You're watching. You're welcome. You're going to get a nice little rage here because this was unexpected. I'm sick and tired of people commenting on my video. Look, I don't care. First off, let me put this out there. I don't care if you leave negative comments on my videos. I'm fine with it. I'm used to it. don't put any content out there that you're not willing to get some trolled bullshit. But my viral videos, like that Truth Hurts video, I posted it. It's in my Instagram IGTV. I posted my story yesterday. I talked about it because there was in my Instagram story because there was a jabroni that was commenting on all these different videos. I saw his name pop up several times, just leaving negative comments about my hair and how I look like a girl. And this guy is fucking fat and out of shape and has a beard and probably doesn't have any hair. I can see from his profile picture, probably just jealous. Fine, I don't care. He's not a happy person. He's not a happy person. Okay? To go out of your way several times to leave negative comments, you're not a happy person. Actually, negatively recommend or did not recommend my page, actively left a negative recommendation on my page. And it was just really like homophobic. It was stupid. It was stupid. And you get people that respond like that. That say, well, this guy doesn't, you have to live in the gym. I prefer not to live in the gym and, revolve my life around the gym. I have a family. I have other things. I don't want to live in the gym all the time because I called them fat in a video. And people all of a sudden jump back to thinking fitness isn't everything. I don't want to live in a gym. People say that. People say that in my videos. I'm making these videos calling people fat because I want to shake things up. I want you to realize that you have control and the power to make that difference, to change your life. I'm not saying it to make fun of you. I'm actually saying it to inspire you so you fucking take some action. And the vast majority of people took it that way, which is amazing because it's so easy for people to have this pent up anger and aggression and just lash out at anything that they don't like. That's where the social justice thing is getting out of control nowadays because everyone gets butthurt about everything. Everyone sticks and stones, bullshit. People love to get offended by words. And I just don't give a shit. I love offending people with words, especially if they're true. If you're making things up and you're just hurting people's feelings, right? If I'm like literally calling someone ugly, calling someone ugly or fat and ugly and just being rude, that's me being a piece of shit. And I wouldn't do that because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. However, I'm willing to do so as a side effect of telling someone the truth. There's a big difference. There's a big difference, okay? If you get offended that I called you fat, okay, but I'm saying it contextually in order to help you realize that you can make a change, and it just takes that community, that discipline, that desire, and you have to fuel it the right way. So, start watching the podcast. Like, hey, come over here, check out my ebook. That's what the videos does. Like, here's something to help you get started. Come check out my podcast. Let's, get you fired up. A lot of you followed me because you saw that video. Cool. And obviously you're still here for a reason. But people are really quick to lash out and complain that I don't want to live in the gym. I don't live in the gym. It's nothing to do with living in a gym. Nothing to do with living in a gym. You make it part of your life. You make it part of your day. It's part of the things that you fucking do now. Okay? It's part of the things that you do. It's part of the things that you do. And people are going to get offended. People are going to get insulted. It's just something you have to deal with. So when you hear someone say that, remember how people exaggerate. It's like when someone says, oh, you always do that, right? You never come with me anywhere. Those extremes that are casual in conversation aren't the truth, right? It doesn't mean that you never go anywhere with that person, whether it's a significant other, but like, come on, man, we never go. You probably just mean, in reality, you mean you don't go often as you would like, but to say that you never go, that's not true. We went like 2 months ago, right? So it's those extremes like you always do that. You always put those things there in the house. Well, that's not literally true. You don't always put it there. It just seems like it because that really bothers the other person. So these extremes are used. So when you say you're dedicated, you live in the gym. You just see it, the other person just sees it as commitment and then makes it this exaggerated extreme and then responds in that manner. And you're like, what are you talking about? I don't live in the fucking gym. I go to the gym and I come home. If you mean I eat the right foods, if you mean I go consistently, sure. But you also brush your teeth consistency. You also take a shit, hopefully every day. So, like, what's the difference? There is no difference. People just don't want to put in effort. It's not that hard. Look, if you shower every day, or you eat your food every day, if you take a poop every day, if you brush your teeth every day, how much harder is it just to do some fucking exercise every day? It's not that hard. It's a small piece of the day that you just slip in there, and you don't even have to lift heavy every fucking day. It's actually not recommended that you do it literally every day. The same gym training. You should do yoga and mobility, and right, you should be lifting every single day. But how is that like, it's not that big. It's not that big of a commitment. It really isn't. It really isn't. Fucking slipping half an hour there, like for real. You'll watch a show on Netflix. Don't you want to be maybe 60 pounds lighter rather than see season 7? I mean, it's that same amount of fucking time. People will binge watch. You go to the movies for 3 fucking hours. That's 3 workouts. You go and watch an epic movie. Oh, the new Avengers movie. Fuck that movie. They're all the fucking same. They're the fucking same. It's the same movie. They even remake the same shit every couple years, and then you still go fucking see it and you waste your fucking time. I mean, Netflix will make you fucking fat because you just watch all of it. At least get your fitness in first. Do not watch anything on social media or Netflix or anything until you get your fucking work done for the day. Don't you fucking dare. People make so many fucking excuses and then waste their goddamn time on that shit. All right, I think I went all over the place with that one. I think I feel better now. Why can't you lift and watch a show at the same time? If you want to have a shitty workout, no, don't do that. If anything, listen to a podcast. No, focus on what you're doing. People also think that they can multitask effectively. You can't. You can't watch a show and pay attention and also pay attention to your training. You should never, ever be splitting your attention with your fucking fitness. If it's audio and it keeps you amped up, I mean, that's okay, but don't be watching anything but your sick fucking gains in the mirror. This one says bodyweight exercises, blah, blah. This one, if it ain't hurting, you ain't working. Yeah, that's a bad one. I mean, hurting meaning pain. Yeah. Just because you're sore doesn't mean it worked well, and just because you aren't sore doesn't mean it didn't work. Work through the pain. This article ends. Yeah. Well, you do got to push yourself. You do have to push yourself. I'm not going to read the detail underneath it. This is on the fly. But it depends on what you mean by pain. Yeah, you definitely don't want to go through bad pain. So that's cool. I'm done with that. I'm done with all those things for the Broscience stuff. I'm over it. That was cool. A lot of you put in some more comments here. Let's see. Donald. Everyone acts like the commitment to fitness and a better, healthier self takes hours. It doesn't. The actual gym part of it takes an hour of your time. The decisions, the way you take care of your mental health, and the fitness, once your life, you get used to it, takes no time. It becomes as simple as a yes or no. Yeah. I mean, it's literally swapping certain decisions, but yeah, going to the gym. The gym is look, I told everyone the gym is hard. It's not the easy part, but it doesn't take your entire fucking life ever. People just have to schedule a little bit differently. Ooh, it's all dark and rainy outside. Sharon, quote, I was just telling a friend the same exact thing 2 weeks ago. I asked how many times she stops in at Starbucks, grabs a pizza, binges Netflix, or take a smoking break. Needless to say, she hasn't asked me for weight loss advice since. Yeah, because she knows she's fucking up. She knows she's a fat ass, and she knows it's her fault, and she doesn't want to face the facts. Did she change anything, Sharon? Has she actually made a difference, or is she just doing the same old thing? I completely stop work when your podcast starts. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate it. Well, I mean, I don't want you to not get your work done. Instagram, we'll be on for a little bit. We're just having some conversation stuff now. Instagram is going to, I'm not sure if I'm going to restart it, just so you all know. Instagram's got 2 minutes remaining on the hour. It automatically cuts off after an hour, so I may or may not restart it. Off topic, been wanting to ask you because you love it so much. How do you drink your coffee and what kind is it? French press. It's French press, and sometimes I like to have bulletproof and black. I like either or. And bulletproof is with the grass-fed butter and the MCT oil, but I usually do either that or black. But French press. I love my French press. I have a huge one, a fucking massive one that does like 90 cups of coffee. Foster Creations. Our live videos always available. Not on Instagram. They last for a day. But you can go on Facebook. This streams to Facebook too. It streams to Twitch. Twitch expires after a while too. It's also on YouTube on the Daily Swole podcast. If I'm traveling, I usually don't stream or I'll stream only on one platform. It depends. But you can always go to Facebook. Facebook is like the default. Instagram, that's where the microphone's going. It's going for all the other sites. Instagram just has to be only on the phone. I trust you more than you drink coffee too. You can't trust anyone that doesn't drink coffee is untrustworthy. I can see audio. I usually listen to music. Podcasts make me laugh. Oh, you can. All right. Well, look, if you watch a show while you're training and you get crazy workouts, I mean, who am I to say that it's not good for you? Like, whatever works for you, man. I don't care. Like, I don't care if you watch. I'll restart live again. I don't care if you watch a video just because, and that's another thing, right? You got to find your own hack. Just because I don't want to watch a video when I'm training doesn't mean that you shouldn't. So if you find that works, let's say you work out at home and you have a TV and you put a movie on, you fucking work out while you're listening and watching, let's say Braveheart or some shit, fucking whatever. Do you, as long as you're happy and you're getting results and it's working for you, then fucking crush it. That is the knowledge nuke of the day. Like, legit. If you like to fucking do fasted cardio, then do fasted cardio. Who cares what the science says? It's not going to hurt you. Doing fasted cardio is not going to be like, oh my God, you're falling apart. If it feels better for you to do it, then do it. If you want to eat before you go to the gym, then fucking eat before going to the gym. If you want to eat right after, then fucking eat right after. If you don't, then fucking don't. Oh, Sharon, no shit. Same old thing. She's waiting for the new year. Oh, what a lazy bitch. I'll say what you can't, Sharon. Fuck. What a lazy beesh. Jesus. Fucking hate that. Waiting for the new year. It's so funny. Like, I'm still doing the 3-month special offer to get people to say fuck the new year. I already started my anti-New Year's rants. Oh my God. Just waiting for the new year. That's someone who's going to be perma-fat forever. You can't hack that. She has to have like a near-death experience or something and have like, see the white light and have, say, if you want to live, you must work out every day and I'll let you go back to life. And you're like, okay, I promise I will. And then she's resuscitated and all of a sudden she has that life or death experience and now she's just driven to work out all the time. She needs to have one of those experiences. And for the record, I don't wish any type of near-death experience on your friend. But she's a lazy beesh. I don't think she's your friend, she's your coworker, right? You can't have friends like that. That's a bump on a log. If she's your friend, you have to cut it out. You have to cut it out like a fucking benign tumor. It's not a tumor. Cut it out. What's up, Feldy? Feldy Hahn, what up? Dieter 303. Excited to have a 6-month head start for the new year. Fuck New Year's resolutions. You can't have fat friends. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. You're gonna bring the fat brigade down on all Papa Swolio. You can't have fat friends. That's not true. I've said it before. Fat is a state of mind. Forget the body. I love when people say, I am not fat. I have fat. It's like, you're fat. Just admit it. It's okay. But just do something about it. You can be fat. I mean, you could be healthy to a point. It doesn't help to be obese. We know that. I'm not going to get too much down on that road because we talk about that a lot. But it's just fucking like, it's going to turn into like an anti-fat podcast, just ranting on fat people. No, this is an inspirational podcast. This is to fire people up. Only people that follow are the ones. That's why those of you that stick around, those of you that follow Papa Swolio, you're the ones that this message is for. So when I have that message, when I have those videos like, oh, the truth hurts and you're fat, blah, blah, the people that get offended, they don't realize that this video is not for them. This video is not for you. If you got offended by my Truth Hurts video, this video was not for you. I've had many people that said they watched it, they got pissed off, like, fuck this bearded asshole, he doesn't know me. And then later on the day, they realized, you know what, he's fucking right. And then they joined Swole X, and now they're like valued members of my private community, and we talk frequently. So people can, you know, you can turn people away or you can piss people off, but then they realize, but it takes a certain person. If you're getting pissed off and you hate my channel and you're like, fuck this, and you leave angry comments, this video was not for you. It wasn't intended for people that don't have an open mind. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready to take responsibility, and you got offended, and I understand that. I'm not offended that you got offended. I know why you got offended. You don't know why yet, but maybe, hopefully you will in the future. Hopefully you will realize that, oh, I'm upset because I'm not taking responsibility for the damage I've done to my body. I'm angry because I'm not happy with where I am, so I'm going to lash out at this guy who just told me the truth. That's what it's like. So it's like, I'll answer them. If they're really rude, I'll leave a snide comment and remark because it's fun. It's the internet. I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's my video after all. And so I'll leave, like, you know, I'll make a comeback. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but if they're really nasty and homophobic, I'm going to usually let it rip on them. And, you know, if they're, I don't know, there's a lot of positivity. A lot of people are really, really positive in the feedback. A lot of people are really leaving positive feedback on the video, which just goes to show that there's a real desire for the truth. There's a desire for people to not be coddled anymore. There's a desire for people to be like, look, this is the way it fucking is. Are you going to do it or not? I don't really have much of a sales pitch. I don't have much of a sales pitch. It's like, do you want to see fucking change? Then do it. If you don't, then don't. Right? For my memberships and stuff, Swole X, do it or don't. If you don't do it, okay, I hope you're doing something. That's it. That's it. It's for people that are ready to fucking go. I'm here for people that are ready to fucking go. I'm not here to put my arm around you. I'm here to tell you, look, you're fat. You're not doing it right. What do you want me to say? Oh, well, you have a cheat meal. Fuck your cheat meals. You don't deserve them yet. If ever. It's like, who are you living for? What are you doing this for? Gotta do it. Do it or don't. Stop making excuses. This is not fitness without the bullshit. That's the motto. That's the slogan. That's my thing. Fitness without the bullshit. Ain't gonna tell you crap. I'm not gonna sell you shit. Anything that I charge for is the shit that I put my fucking heart and soul into. That's like my programs and my shit, my classes. That's like that's my shit. That's my shit. But I'm going to tell you like it is no matter what. I don't fluff people's pillows. No more fluffing. I'll help you get fucking work done. You don't want to do work? Then don't do work. You get offended by that shit? Go somewhere else. Go to a different page that will tell you you're beautiful just the way you are and go hang out with those people. Fuck that shit. It's too much of that. Too many people don't want to hurt someone else's feelings. I've had a lot of people that say they don't want to share these videos because I swear a lot. Oh, and you know, I love your videos, but I can't share them. Why the fuck not? You're a grown adult. You can't make your own decisions. You're so worried about what other people might say. Ooh, he or she shared a video that says naughty words. It's like you're living your life based on what other people think. I think, you know, sharing these videos, I think hitting the share button or tagging someone, I think that's the best way to tell people a subtle fuck you without saying it yourself. Share these videos. When I'm going after people for being fat, lazy fucks, now is when you should share it. You share the video and then hopefully someone will see it and you didn't personally say it. I said it. You could blame me. Oh, I didn't remember that part. You can pass it off on me. I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say it. I'm not done with the fat stuff. We're going to keep on going on the fat stuff. Everyone's so super sensitive about fat, which makes it perfect to say it more and more and more. I think it's a good word. I think it's a real word. I think it's descriptive. And I think it hits people in a way, just like the word fuck. I think it triggers people in a way that actually gets the point across. If you say overweight, it's a soft word. If you say obese, that's a soft word. It's soft. It's a pussification of the fucking language. If you say fat, that is a word that gets under people's skin because it's a fucking real word. We can say it. We can say it. I just got out of class. How much longer are you on? Maybe a couple moments. Actually, probably, like right around now. That's about it. I've shared your videos with a buddy of mine. He's loving it and learning a lot. Great. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you're sharing my content, leaving a review on Facebook, I love it. I appreciate it. The more you share and the more you spread this around, it's just information. And literally, I'm just sharing my experiences, my expertise, what I've done in the gym, answering questions, just trying to deliver some real action here, some real shit, not trying to push a fucking supplement down everyone's throat. Gotta start with the basics, start with the facts. And just to follow up with this beginning of this episode and finishing up strong, the Broscience that we talked about, a lot of it has more help than harm. It's not a bad thing. A lot of this Broscience stuff isn't a bad thing. It's not something, oh, this isn't good, you shouldn't do that. A lot of the Broscience actually works because you have to fucking do work to even follow the Broscience. You're going to the gym. Most people don't even fucking go. Most people don't even fucking go to the gym. So to go to the gym and follow some Broscience, you're already a huge step ahead of the vast majority of the population. So I think Broscience gets a bad rap, but there are a lot of things that are commonly thought of as truth that literally are not facts. Like they're not facts, but doing that over nothing is usually either not harmful or actually a lot more helpful than not doing anything at all. They say those who curse a lot are more intelligent. Stats don't lie. Nice. I've heard that too. I've heard staying up late, swearing, and being messy are signs of genius. And I'm like, my IQ must be 5,000 because I have stuff everywhere. I'm not dirty, but I'm definitely like, I have my stuff around. I don't have a lot of places to put things in this room. But yeah, and I love staying up late, try not to. And I got the potty mouth. So Papa Swole is a genius, apparently. No, I'm not. But I've heard those studies before and I've seen articles. People send me that shit all the time. Every once in a while, someone gets offended by the swearing. I don't know why you would watch, get offended, and then leave a comment. Just change the channel. You're taking more time by leaving a negative comment about my language rather than just switching it off if you don't like it. People sure watch a lot of stuff they hate. People spend a lot of time watching stuff they don't like. A lot of stuff they don't like. Fuck is the best word ever. I fucking know it. I know it. Oh, I know it. I know it's the best fucking word in the fucking world. We'll end on that. At least we can agree on something. That's not Broscience. That's straight up fucking fact. Fuck is a great word. All right, fam. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 8s across the board. 888, the Ochos. Straight Ochos, 888. Just think about it. We will never have another episode with 3 8s in a row. Maybe 4 8s in a row. We get to episode 8,000 in then like 10 years. But anyway, thank you for joining me for episode 888 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Remember, this is the last few days of the special offer, the 3-month special offer. The link is in my Facebook description. If you don't see it there, you can always hit me up, but I'll probably be posting some stuff in my Instagram story. Don't miss out on that. I am not a believer. I'm not a believer of New Year's resolutions. I think you should start immediately. So if you love the content and you want to dip into Swolenormous X and get started with your programming and your training, now is certainly the time. So special offer link is in my description of this episode on Facebook, and I'll also put it in my IG story today. But if you have any questions and you need the link, you can always send me a DM or something, and I'll check those in a little bit. This will be up on the podcast. If you have not yet subscribed to the podcast, please do so. You can watch it live. But if you want to subscribe, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, everywhere. Spotify and Apple Podcast pull the feed a lot faster. So that's where most people listen. And you can go to swolenormousx.com and you can click on the main menu and you can click on podcasts and it'll bring up the whole list. You can subscribe there. Also, Daily Swole Club members. If you are not a member of the Daily Swole Club, it is a private messaging service. It's a VSP messaging service, very swole person list. And I send out updates like, okay, when I'm going live, I send out a message so that you don't have to worry about alerts. You don't have to worry about alerts from the app. You'll get a personal message from me on Facebook Messenger, and I'll send you workouts that I do during the week. I send out nutrition hacks. I send out little inspirational things, updates, special offers, things just for that private list. So I'll send you maybe Might be 2 or 3 messages in a day, might be a couple in a week, but it's a private list and you can join 100% free, little nukes in your inbox. So you can go and message me on Facebook. I also give some swipe up links in my Instagram story once in a while, but you can go to Facebook and message me on Facebook. Just click send message and you'll get a prompt and you'll get all the details. Just hit the button when it says join Daily Swole Club. It's 100% free. You can unsubscribe at any time, but it's a free messaging service on Facebook Messenger. And that's super cool. So I hope to see you all there, here, everywhere tomorrow for 889. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose, ya boy, Papa Swolio. Out.